Oh, blimey. I haven't spoken for about 2 hours. I didn't expect the voice to just completely disappear on me. Hello, boys and girls. How are we doing? Welcome along to a rare Kev solo stream. We arrived back from Disneyland Paris about 90 minutes ago, 2 hours ago maybe. Anna is asleep. I did mention on Monday's stream there was a very good chance after a very long 3 days, a very little rest time for Anna, she would be sleeping through this stream, and she is absolutely 100% asleep. There's some scuffed up bits on this desk. Yeah, so Anna's probably not going to be joining us. She did say she might after she's had a nap pop up, so there's a chance she might appear halfway through the stream. But I think most likely you've just got me tonight. So I figured I'd just carry on with what I was doing on the last stream, which is the Lion Knight's Castle. It's not going to be a complete stream build because, as you can see, I am already part way through. And by the way, some of the build techniques I've already done are absolutely incredible on this. Look at this wall here. Are you looking at that wall? Look at that. Look at it. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Look at it from the other side. Look in there where it sort of slides in and out, and then angles, and so it can, it's just one of many very, very clever parts of the build. This is very quickly turning into one of my favourite builds ever. So we're just going to carry on with this. I can't guarantee we'll do a full 3 hours like we normally do. We'll just hang out for a bit, and then I'll go to bed because I do need to be up relatively early because I'm off to Peterborough Brick Festival tomorrow. So let me know down in the chat as usual what you're building along with me this evening, and I'll crack on. Do you like my new Donald mug? Got this from Disney. What a mug. Look at that. That is an incredible mug. That's a good mug. Yeah, my back has swelled. In fact, weirdly, despite the car tells me I drove for 7.5 hours today. So we left our hotel in Paris at 7:20 this morning. Got to Eurotunnel in Calais about 11ish, 10:30, 11ish. Left Eurotunnel in Folkestone at like 12ish UK time, and then just hit so much traffic all the way home. We didn't get home. We picked Dave up on the way, but we didn't get home until just before 5 o'clock. So that second leg took us like 5 hours getting back through England. There was problems on the M20, is it? The one going up? There was problems on the M25, there was problems on the M11, there was problems on the A14, there was just problems everywhere. It was absolutely bonkers. But weirdly, I think the day in the park yesterday, which I will get a video out on next week, we filmed it all, it'll be out on the vlog channel next week. But I think I've not really been, although I've been doing all the driving, I've still been moving. We've been taking breaks every hour and a half or so. My back's feeling a lot better now than it did a few days ago. So fingers crossed, I am on the mend because I've been moving a lot. And I'm going to be moving a lot this weekend as well because I've got Peterborough Brick Festival tomorrow, Reading Brick Show on Sunday, and I've also bought myself a ticket for Legoland Windsor for Sunday as well. So I'm going to do Reading Brick Show in the morning and then come home via Legoland Windsor, just literally to go shopping in the big shop for a video, and then go and check out the new skyscrapers they've added to Miniland. So we'll do a video for Miniland as well. So absolutely piling up the content after a few weeks of very mediocre sat at the desk videos. We're piling up the content, and obviously we'll be back in the city this week as well. So lots of fun stuff going on. How many times did we go on It's a Small World? Just one. My back was hurting too much to go on too many rides. So yeah, we only went on once. I get the whole don't overdo it thing, but at the same time, like when I went to see the chiropractor, he said the worst thing you can do is just not do anything. So although I completely understand don't overdo it, at the same time, if I'm not out doing stuff, I'm going to be at home in a chair or on a bed, and that I've been doing that for 2 weeks or however long it's been, and all that's done is made it worse. Being out and about, what bag am I looking for? 12. Being out and about doing stuff is the first time it's started to feel any better. I can't find bag 12. Does bag 12 exist? Have I lost bag 12? Is that it? Bag 12. So we're building a roof to go on some of it somewhere, I think. So I will actually start doing some building. I'm using Anna's I'm using Anna's little screen. Let's get that so you can see it. Look at all this space that I've got. Healing is more important. To a point, what people have to remember is we are self-employed and we get paid in dollars. The dollar is through the floor. So I've basically had a £1,500 pay cut this month, just purely on currency exchange, which is nice. And with Football Manager still delayed and limited Lego content in the first part of the month, for the first time, there's been some ropey moments since Football Manager was delayed, but for the first time, I've sat there looking at money and the finances and the performance of the channels while I was having a poo when I got home this evening. And I'm like, oh, okay. Next month's a problem. So yeah, although I get healing is important, earning money is more important. And so I do need to get the content out. So I'm just going to have to push myself, and that's just the way it is. Hopefully I won't push myself so far that I break, but I mean, putting it really bluntly, if I did break and had to have a month of not doing anything at all, we'd probably be done. I don't know what the solution to that would be. We wouldn't be able to pay our rent. We wouldn't be able to pay our bills. So it's not really an option to take a load of time off. There's no sick pay for a self-employed person. So I do have to push myself a little bit more than ideally I would do. But don't get your tiny violins out for me, boys and girls. I do have the best job in the world. But yeah, I need to work extra hard at it over the next month or so to rebalance the books again. Could you not fly to Disney? I mean, we could fly to Disney, but it would... Well, I mean, we wouldn't have been able to buy all the Lego we bought for a start. Anna doesn't like flying. It wouldn't really save any time. By the time we've driven to an airport, the nearest airport's like 2 hours away. In the traffic today, it would have been 3. We drove past the airport on the way home. So we'd have still got stuck in that same traffic if we'd have flown back. But by the time we've driven to the airport, got to the airport early, sat around for ages waiting to check in, and then transferred from the airport to Disney when we got there, and then done... I don't think it saves any time. Certainly on a normal trip, I don't think it saves any time. Certainly because we have to drive on a lot of the same roads. And it's just much less convenient, much less in control. Like, we couldn't have stayed in the hotel we stayed in if we'd have flown, because how would we have got to the parks every day? We can't take Anna's... We wouldn't have been able to take Anna's scooter. We wouldn't be able to take Anna's scooter on the train, even if we'd managed to get the scooter there somehow. So yeah, there's a whole load of reasons why flying doesn't really work. Could you not Eurostar? I mean, if we were millionaires, maybe. Have you seen how much Eurostar costs? And again, you lose a lot of that convenience as well. If we were there without a car, we'd have had to have stayed in an on-site hotel, just because we need to be able to get Anna and the scooter into the park. So yeah, the way we did it was the most convenient and the cheapest way. And it's just the way I imagine we will continue doing it going forward. Could you not have done the stream on Saturday this week and Friday off? What would be the benefit of that? I'm travelling tomorrow and I'm travelling Sunday as well. I don't see that there would have been any benefit to doing that. And I'm a creature of routine. You lot expect me on a Friday. I told you I'd be here on Friday. I said to Anna, but Anna was like, you should really rest. I said to her, my response to that to Anna was, if I'm not streaming, I'm just going to sit in there building Lego anyway, because I haven't done it for a few days and I want to build some Lego. So my choices were sit and build this set whilst watching Netflix, or sit and build this set whilst chatting to you lot and get paid for it. So it's a no-brainer really, wasn't it? Did we drive all the way to Disney? Yes. I like flying, but the only problem is my ears hurt during the first... I mean, I like flying. If it had just been me going on my own, I would have probably flown, because I like flying. Anna doesn't. I don't need to take a scooter with me. And I could have stayed in the hotel we stayed in was out in the little commercial area just outside of Disney, but it was right next to the train station, which is like 2 minutes away on the train. So if it had just been me, I could have got the train from the hotel into Disney. It would have taken no more than 5 minutes, and it would have been a super cheap, super easy trip. But like I say, there's no way to do that with the scooter. And also I still would have then had the problem of the reason we were doing it, and the reason I think the video will continue to perform well, is because of the story of we went there to buy the new castle. And if I'd have flown, I couldn't have got the castle home. So I would have just been a trip to Disney with no real purpose. And at that point, why am I going? Because the purpose was to make that video. The video idea came before the trip to Disney. The Disney trip was set up to make that specific video that came out yesterday, which I think was a really good video. I was really happy with it. Have I seen the new Fortnite sets? I have. I released a TikTok just before I went live with my thoughts on the new Fortnite sets. I mean, I'm not really into Fortnite. They're fine. I'm probably not going to buy them. I didn't buy them. I wouldn't have them. The only reason I've got them at the moment is because they sent them to me for free. I don't think I'd have bought them last year because I haven't played Fortnite for 10 years. Fortnite is not really for me. So I don't really get what's going on. I don't know what a Durr Burger is. I'm fairly confident when I played Fortnite, there was no such thing as a Durr Burger. And there weren't characters that you knew the name of. Or it seems to have changed a lot in the 10 years or so since I last played it. So yeah, I am very happy for there to be another theme that I'm not going to need to spend money on, because for the next few months we are going to have to spend a little less on Lego than we normally would. I think probably prioritise collecting up the missing modulars and the city rather than. I mean, obviously we will still buy new sets when they hit us squarely in the face as themes that we enjoy, but the fewer of them over the next few months, the better. Right, we're popping a little bit of roof on here. Very snazzy it looks too. Is that on? It is on. There you go. We've got a little bit of roof. This roof should keep the chambers warm and dry. What an ingenious material, this straw. What a strange sentence, but yeah, there you go. We have a lovely little roof on. Beautiful stuff. Will Anna be joining us on the stream later on? Depends if she wakes up or not. I've sent her a text saying, if you wake up, you're welcome to come and join us. But I'm not going to wake her up. She, yeah, her medication makes her very tired and she can't really sleep when we're travelling. So she is shattered after the last few days. We had obviously a long travel day on Wednesday and then went straight to the Disney Village and didn't get back to the hotel until like 10 p.m. and then I had to go out and find us dinner. I was roaming the streets of Chessy at like 10:30 on Wednesday night looking for food and eventually found pizza. So we didn't eat our dinner till like 11 p.m. and then we were up early again on yesterday morning to have our park day, and we did a full park day. So again, no chance for rests or naps for her then. And then we were up at 6 this morning. We left the hotel at 7:20 and we've been travelling all day. So again, she is absolutely exhausted and very much in need of a rest. So I don't think, I wouldn't hold your breath. If you're a big Anna fan, if you can't stand the sight of me and you're only here for the chance of a sighting of Anna, I suggest you come back on Monday when she'll be back. Is there going to be videos about the Disney trip? I mean, there's already one out. One came out yesterday. The main one, the reason we went, came out yesterday. I did film the park day as well, and also another video. So there'll be a couple of videos on the vlog channel that will probably be out next week. I don't know when exactly, but they'll be on the vlog channel, not this channel, because they're not at all Lego related. The only Lego related video is the one that's already out, which I think is one of the best videos I've ever made. I think it's modern style YouTube content rather than just because I'm old school, an old school vlogger from way back when. It's very easy for me to slip into, I did this, then I did this, then I did this style content that just doesn't really cut it on YouTube anymore. Whereas the video that came out yesterday, I think, is much more in the modern style of based on a story, based on a target and a goal, and telling that story and focusing more on that, even though it still is effectively the same content and the same shots. It's just edited slightly differently and focused slightly differently, and just becomes a more, like I say, a more modern style video. And it's the best performing video we've had for a long time on the channel, so it's gone down really well, which is nice. Better than just a tour of the Lego store kind of video would have been, I think. I enjoyed making it. Give her some Red Bulls. I mean, I'd rather just let her rest. You all started the stream telling me I needed to rest and heal. She's much more injured than I am. Let her rest and heal. Our income isn't reliant on her working. I dare say this stream will make the same amount of money without her that it would make with her. Not to diminish Anna's contribution, but I don't think fewer people are going to watch the replay. I don't think anyone who was going to do a channel membership will decide not to as a result of Anna not being here. So yeah, I think it makes sense for her to recover, so she could be back on Monday. The table all to yourself is perfect for the Lioness Castle. Yeah, definitely. I don't think I'll be building this set on Monday. I got, I mean, I showed it in the video yesterday. I got the Disney celebration set thing, which I think that would have been my plan for building tonight if Anna had been on the stream. So I think that's probably what I'll build on Monday. My my Star Trek costume has arrived, by the way. I now need to see if I've actually got the bottle to go to the May the 4th Lego store thing dressed as Spock. But I do have a Star Trek shirt. Would you recommend this set for a regular city, but it's set up as a tourist attraction? I mean, that's my plan for it. That's what I'm planning on doing with it. So I guess watch this space, see how it turns out for me. But yeah, it's going to be kind of a castle on a hill in the background of the city. It's not a medieval area of the city. There's the castle, similar to what you get somewhere like Nottingham that has a castle. It's just the castle that's in the corner of the city. Yeah. I'm sure you mocked that set when it was first released. I'm sure I did, but that doesn't mean I don't want it as a souvenir. Mickey Mouse looks weird, and that's why Anna never wanted it, because Mickey Mouse does look weird. I mean, we'll see him looking weird when I build the set, but I had to get myself a little souvenir. Not going to go all that way and just buy Anna a castle and then come home. Come on now. Come on now, boys and girls. What must you think of me? I need to take my shoes off. Hold on. I've had my shoes on since 7 o'clock this morning when I started loading up the car. Oh. Got something stuck to the bottom of them as well. I think that's a bit of France that's come home with me. Oh, that feels nice. On the old bunion. Woo. Interesting. My eldest offspring is asking how much money I put on her gift card that I got her for Easter. I can't remember. I better check. I suspect they're sat in a restaurant now deciding what to order. There we go. Hold on. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lego should release those brilliant posters from the Legoland Disney store. They should, from the Disneyland Lego store. Absolutely, they should. I didn't realise until I made it, like, I hadn't really. How do I phrase it? When I was in the park yesterday, I realised they are identical to the posters that are in the park. They're not just let's make a Peter Pan poster out of Lego. Those posters are all around the when you go into Disneyland Paris, you've got the train station bit above the main entrance, and you go through that little underground bit, and there's loads of posters on the wall. It's those posters. And having seen them in the Lego store the night before and made a big fuss about them, I was walking around looking at all of them thinking, oh wow, these are the same posters. They've made all of the Disneyland Paris posters into Lego style. That's awesome. Which I didn't realise when I was filming it. But yeah, I would love them to release them. I doubt they will. On 12th of April, I got the Lego Architecture Notre Dame de Paris. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Will Anna be getting the Happy Plants botanical set? Yeah, definitely. I've already told her we're going to get 4 or 5 of them. I want them all over the house. I love stuff like that. Again, boys and girls, this is why you need to be on the TikTok. We talked about them on TikTok a few days ago. If you want all of my up-to-date latest thoughts and opinions on new released Lego sets, that's basically what we're doing on TikTok. It's more of the content is different on TikTok to what it is on YouTube on the whole. And it's more news focused. So yeah, whenever anything new is announced, TikTok is the place where you'll find my my immediate thoughts on it until it makes its way into a big video here on YouTube. These little roofs are lovely, lovely, lovely. Will and don't ruin their day by saying you can only get a salad instead of 100. I don't even know what that means. I feel like I've missed something there. Right, hold on. We're popping another piece of roof on. We've got a big chimney stack. Is that on? That is on. Which I think brings us to the end of bag 13, which again, because you can display this in multiple ways, it can be like that, open back, or it can be closed in like that, at which point the whole roof all closes up perfectly as well. It is such a clever Lego set. It's so very cool. That was bag 12, not bag 13. How well is the TikTok doing at the moment? Really good. Really good. I think I mentioned on Twitch the other day. Whenever the last time I was on Twitch. We make more money on TikTok than we do on Twitch now. So I'm actually toying with the idea of dual streaming these streams to Twitch as well, just to try and keep Twitch alive until FM26. Because it's becoming harder and harder to justify spending all the time that Twitch takes for very little in the way of penny funds from it. We'll see. What's my favourite modular building? Tudor Corner, probably. Tudor Corner's great. We've got some flags. Some lovely little flags and a cape. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. The other really cool thing about this set, which I think I mentioned on Monday's stream, but this is a 4,500 piece set, not a single sticker in it. Similar to what you get in the modulars. No stickers at all. Everything that looks like it could be a sticker is a printed piece, which is, I mean, for a really expensive premium set like this one, I think that's a reasonable thing to expect, but certainly looking at Marvel and Star Wars and some of the other very expensive premium sets, it's certainly not a given. But yeah, this one is all printed. No no stickers at all. And I've got a little sheep. A little sheep. Beautiful. Is Twitch like TikTok? Twitch is live streaming. Last time I was at Disneyland Paris, it was called Euro Disney, around '93, I think. You should go again. It's changed a lot in all those years. I mean, I never went as a kid. When I wasn't into Disney at all until I met Anna, really. I remember when probably in about 1998, we went on holiday to Paris, and my parents gave me and my brother the choice of going to Euro Disney or Park Asterix. And we went to Park Asterix and had an awesome time. And that was the only opportunity I ever had to go to Euro Disney. So my first ever trip to Disneyland Paris was like 6 years ago. Since then, I'm averaging more than one trip a year, and that includes COVID. So I'm certainly making up for lost time. And we were very, I mean, if I hadn't have looked at how much the dollar dropping had affected our ad revenue this month, we'd have probably come home with annual passes, because we had to go and pick up Anna's disability access pass yesterday, and I was stood there looking at the annual passes in the ticket office place. And for a bronze annual pass, which basically gets you all of the off-peak entry days, so no weekends, no school holidays. We've never been at the weekend, and we try to avoid school holidays, so we could go as many times as we want on weekdays during school term times, i.e. the best times to go. £279 each. Our one-day ticket for yesterday, £120 each. If we plan on going again at any point in the next year, we would have been better off getting the annual pass. The only reason we didn't is because I couldn't guarantee for sure that we'll be in a position to go back again in the next 12 months. I'd like to think we would, but yeah, I think we've definitely, once we're a few more months down the line and this channel's grown a little bit more and Football Manager has come out and we're a little bit more flush with cash again, I definitely think we've got annual passes in our future. And I suspect once we get those first ones, that'll be it. We'll have annual passes forever. There you go. We've popped a little ladder in there. Is that the right place? I think it is. We've got a ladder in. But yeah, it's certainly they certainly push you towards those annual passes based on how expensive it is for a one-day pass. Right. And we were also looking as well, the hotel next door to the one we stayed at last night. So right next to the train station is an Ibis, so it's a proper chain that I've heard of, so I don't need to be afraid of it. But it's like £80 a night to stay there, or it was the last 2 nights. We paid a little bit more than that with a different hotel, because clearly I didn't shop around enough, but we could have got it as cheap as £80 a night. So if we had annual passes and a hotel at £80 a night, it turns, our trip cost us about £700 for the trip we've just come back from. But obviously if we'd have had annual passes, that cost's gone then. We don't have to think about the ticket prices. So a £700 trip could have become like a £350 trip, which then makes it much more likely that we can go back. So the temptation is strong, but for once I actually showed some restraint. Can you believe? I'm becoming an actual adult. Very slowly, I'm becoming an adult. And I made a sensible decision. And I shocked myself with it. Me making a sensible decision? What is this nonsense? Alright, where are we? Is Dave the dog okay? He is. He's we got him a new bowl. We got him an Avengers bowl. I only made friends with him again the morning we left. I was a bit upset with him for a few days because he ate my Barney Rubble out of my Flintstones set. So I think we've got a pile of posts downstairs. I think my new Barney Rubble is down there because I ordered a new one off of Bricklink. But yeah, that's why Dave's not allowed in the Lego room, because he helps himself to Lego sets and choose them. You need to take Anna into a Lego store and do whatever you can fit in your basket, I'll buy. I mean, if we weren't, if we were in a slightly stronger financial situation, we might do. It's certainly an idea for the future. We would love to do videos like that, but we're not quite in a position to do them right now. I did notice, based on TikTok reminding me, that it's now a year since we did all the London Lego stores in a day, which was a fun little challenge video. So we're trying to be inventive with the content. I think from starting from a standing start in a new genre, I think we're doing all right. Just over a year in. But yeah, we'll certainly. A lot depends on how well this video that we released yesterday performs. It's already over 10,000 views, which, although a lot of our videos make it over 10,000 views, they don't normally get there in 24 hours. They're normally slightly slower burns. So I'm hoping the fact that that video has had such a strong start, and we're now leading into a weekend, I'm hoping that video is going to take off a little bit. And if we end up getting like 50,000 views or more on that video, it makes those kind of big fancy set piece videos more viable to do in the future, so we can be a bit more confident that they'll fully pay for themselves. Because obviously as a first one, it's a bit of a risk. It's like, well, I think this video is going to perform well, and obviously we double bubble it. We've got TikToks and YouTube, so there's 2 revenue streams off the back of it. But you have to do quite well for views to get to claw back a £700 trip. So yeah, it's not a complete given that it will actually pay for itself. Hopefully it will. But if it does, it just, like I say, it makes it that much more likely that we can do more what I'm terming big videos going forward. Because I do enjoy a big video. And I think it's certainly the way YouTube has gone over the last few years. Big videos are the thing anyway, aren't they, these days? You got to do the big videos. They're the ones that people watch. It's quite hard to convince someone to come back every day these days. It's not like the old days where the subscribe button used to, you know, subscribe people to your content, so they were served up your content every day. Those were the days. Speaking of your other YouTube channel, would you do other games other than Football Manager? No. Not on that channel. That's very much a Football Manager channel. It's just too tightly niched. It's too important to keep a tightly niched channel. In terms of getting things like brand deals and stuff like that. Having a really tight niche on a channel is crucial for the marketability of the channel, for how well it performs in the algorithm. If I started messing around with other games on there now, by the time FM26 comes out, it'll be really hard for me to be relevant in that game. So, although it's less than ideal over the next 6 months or so while we wait for the new game, and I just have to eat that loss, it will leave me in a much stronger position when the game comes out, that I've stayed consistent with Football Manager for 10 plus years at that point. Gives me, certainly as far as authority goes, I know I don't get the most views. I mean, to be fair, in the 10 years I've been doing it, I've never been the most viewed Football Manager YouTuber. But authority-wise, as in when you type Football Manager into YouTube, who comes up? I'm always served up very well, because YouTube has seen 10 years of consistent upload on the same game. And no one else can say that. No one else has uploaded as consistently as I have for as long as I have. And that's a very important thing to keep hold of in terms of serving the YouTube algorithm. This is the problem with Anna not being here. It becomes boring YouTube chat. Ask me some interesting questions. Or else I'm going to bore you by talking about YouTube, because I'm autistic and it's a special interest of mine and I enjoy talking about it. And I will just waffle about the things that interest me if you don't keep me under control. So this is on you. If you're not enjoying the YouTube chat, it's on you. You're making it happen. I know it's a while yet, but what set are you going to build for your advent calendar this year? I don't know that I'm necessarily gonna do that again. That wasn't necessarily a I'm going to do an advent calendar series every year kind of deal. It was a, this set is perfect for doing this with. I'm going to do it because I think it'll be popular. But if there's not another Christmas themed set with 24 bags in that's super popular, I probably won't. I'm not just going to force it with another set, because it won't have the same magic then. So yeah, not necessarily going to do an advent calendar this year. A bit has fallen off and is balanced on the edge of the table. Oh yeah, where did that fall from? I mean, it's a little candle-y thing. It's probably not that important. We'll leave that to one side and we'll probably work out where it was supposed to be at some point. I mean, it's my Lego set. It's always going to have stuff falling off it. Every Lego set I have has stuff that falls off. It's got to be moved to the city yet. So if it wasn't falling apart now, it was going to be falling apart by the time it got there. So we're not going to worry too much. I've lost where I was now. Yeah, so I've smoothed off the top of that. Yeah, okay. Maybe one day you can coach football for the Sidemen. I mean, I wouldn't be doing it for the Sidemen, I'm sure. I have managed Team YouTube several times in various charity games. Not quite at Sidemen level. But there are videos of me on the internet managing YouTubers you'll have heard of. Like Danny Aarons, Chris MD, Tofu, you're going to have to help me out with some more people who were in those matches. Angry Ginge was involved on the other team. Manny was on my team. Probably some more people. Morgs. And various other people you may or may not have heard of. So yeah, I've managed Team YouTube a few times. I thought I'm enjoying your Pentagon Challenge. Lovely. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, the Pentagon Challenge isn't going anywhere. It's actually doing far better than I ever hoped it would. And it's views-wise, it's doing better than a series at this time of year normally would. Even in a normal year. And that's on a game that's been out a year and a half. So it's doing really well. The problem we've got is the dollar is down massively. So that then affects that side of things because I get paid in dollars. So even though it's performing better than normal, I'm getting paid less than normal because exchange rates. I'm a video game YouTuber. Why do I have to know about exchange rates? But yeah, that's having an impact. And also because I've not had that new game boost, I've not brought many new people into the channel. So my existing audience are loving it, which is great. I'm just not bringing in any new people. So I think now we've done all of our travelling for a little while. We don't have any more travel planned for the time being. And hopefully my back is going to recover. My next plan is going to be coming up with some stuff to get some new eyes on the Football Manager content as we head towards the new Football Manager game. But that's a chat for Twitch, not for here. That is too boring for here. A lot of you don't even watch that channel. What one set from the past would I love to own? I mean the original modulars, definitely. Any modular I don't have are the main ones. I'd love the Ghostbusters Firehouse. The famous yellow castle would be great. But yeah, I think probably the obvious ones would be the original modulars: Cafe Corner, Greengrocer, Market Street. Is that what it's called? There you go. We've got a little bell in this bell tower. The bell will do well to warn the townsfolk if the Wolfpack marauders should one day return. Chance would be a fine thing. Imagine being able to get enough Wolfpacks for there to be marauders. Will I do Lego Speed Build Race versus Half Asleep Chris? I don't even know what that means. Should I know what that means? I feel like I should know what that means. I don't know what that means. I'm always up for a collaboration, but I don't specifically know what that means. I feel like I might have missed something. I do like Half Asleep Chris's content, but if he's doing a challenge of some kind, I don't know about it. Very sad. I'd love a WWE Lego partnership. I suspect that's very unlikely to ever happen. I think I can't, for the same, it's just not really a very Lego brand, is it? And it's veering further away from, if it was ever going to happen, it would have been during the PG era. But their toy partnership is with Mattel. Is it Mattel? Who own Mega Bloks. So again, if you were going to get buildable WWE stuff, it's most likely to be Mega. And I just don't think Lego would partner with them anyway. I think it's the wrong kind of company. I completely agree they need to build the posters. I suspect they won't, but goodness me. Hopefully if enough people make enough fuss about it, they'll be tempted. Because they are great. They've designed them. Even if they just made them downloadable on the Insider's website so that I could print them off myself, I'd be up for that. Because they are just brilliant. But I think everyone who goes there needs to say, how do I get the posters? Let's just keep feeding it back to Lego that we want those posters. Lighting's awful. I think what you actually mean is your eyes are awful, because the lighting is spot on. Ferguson Tractor was the first popular Lego set. Would I ever get that if I could? Not that fussed, to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't say no if someone sent me it for free, but I'm not going to go and spend the kind of money you'd have to spend to get a set with that kind of historical context. Half asleep, Chris built a speed champion to take on a different Lego YouTuber, did he? Well, if he wants to compete with me, then he knows where I am. I suspect he probably doesn't, but I'm always available. I'm not just going to rip off his idea, but if he wants to do a collab, I'm up for a collab. He's got 23 gazillion subscribers. I'm definitely up for a collab. I'll do a video where I just go to his house and clean his Lego for him. If it gets me a few minutes of screen time in one of his videos and a link to my channel in his description. We don't even need to do anything interesting. I'll just go and be his cleaner for a bit. I know how YouTube works. Collaborations like that are very important. There we go. Got a little chimney pot. And now we've got little dangleberries on here. Ugh. What a very pretty set this is. And it's heavy. It feels really heavy and sturdy as well. Which does make me worry a little bit in terms of getting it to the city once I've built it. I certainly didn't want to sit there and build it in a storage unit that's either too hot or too cold, but never just right. I don't think it's ever going to be a comfortable building environment, but this is going to be big and heavy to move there. Because this is a small part of it. It's already the size of a modular building and probably weighs more than a modular building. I think we're probably, bags-wise, closing in on halfway through, which means we've got well over 2,000 pieces packed into quite a close area. It's heavy, is what I'm saying. Right. And now we're putting some trees on it somewhere, I think. It's another chimney stack. And then we've got to fly some flags. What's the most expensive set I've bought so far? Probably Avengers Tower. In terms of retail price, I'm wondering if any of the modulars cost more than that. I don't think they did. I think I've avoided any of the super expensive modulars. So I think it probably is the Avengers Tower. But if I manage to achieve my goal of getting every modular by the end of the year, it's certainly going to end up being one of those at some point. I suspect that's just going to be unavoidable. We're doing flags now. Yeah. Flags on a fishing pole. Lovely, lovely, lovely. There you go. Where do you go, Mr. Flag? You go there. Now we've got to make sure the wind's flowing, the wind's blowing the same way for all the flags, which is easier said than done when you can change the direction of the buildings. So maybe we're not going to do that. Maybe that's a bit too fussy. Lovely tan. I mean, it's my normal skin colour. I don't have a tan. I think what you're seeing is what my skin actually looks like when we're using a proper camera and proper lighting and proper colour correction. This is what I actually look like in real life, rather than the pasty washed out face you're used to from oversaturated lighting and overexposure. Alright, we've got 2 flags on there. Lovely. No powder. I've not got any powder on now. We don't need powder. This is a casual YouTube stream. This isn't a powder required situation. I can't wear makeup all the time. I have to wear makeup every day for Football Manager videos because those lights are so bright. I don't want to be wearing makeup on these as well. Looks like a really nice set. It is a very nice set. A very, very nice set. Another little flag on top. What am I building on Monday's stream? Don't know yet. We'll decide on Monday. These dark pines are refreshing. There's never been such a dark shade of green before. Is that a fun way of telling me that this was a new colour for these? I mean, I'm red-green colourblind. Green is green. But I guess this was maybe a new colour for this set. Is that how I translate what that's just said? That's cool. We like unique pieces. These 2 flags aren't used for this stage, so I'm going to have to put these to one side and not ruin them, which is dangerous, because I'm going to lose them and or ruin them. I'm Kev, that's what I do. Right. Popping these little chappies on to make it all look all pretty and flowery. We love pretty and flowery. Another little tuft in there. Where am I putting my other tufts? We need tufts. Have a tuft down there. This is where Anna would lose her mind at me, because I'm making sure every tuft goes in exactly the right spot, and she'd be like, it doesn't need to be. It just needs to look like it's plant life. No, everything needs to be exactly where it's supposed to be. There we go. Everything is now exactly where it's supposed to be. Oh, and I now need to bring back my little market stall thing that I made before, because that now slots in here, and I think this side of the castle is now done. So that, does that go on there? Yeah, that's kind of on this trapdoor. We pop that in. And that is this manual complete, which I think puts us at the halfway point. We're just going to clip that together. And look at it. Look at that. That's what half a castle looks like, boys and girls. That's a good enough set on its own. That's awesome. Pop that somewhere where you can see it nicely. And then we'll find the other manual. We'll just clear some of this stuff. Where have I put the other manual? That's a question. Is that it? Yeah. Manual 2. What set do you regret not buying, and is there any further trips planned for this year? What do I regret not buying? Nothing really. Pretty much everything that I've wanted since we've been actively collecting Lego, I've got. There's stuff from before that have retired before our dark ages ended, but there's nothing we can do about that. I can't regret something that I wasn't ever going to do. Like, it would have been lovely to buy the Ghostbusters firehouse when it was out, or the Simpsons house when it was out, but I wasn't collecting Lego then, so I can't really call that a regret. In terms of trips this year, everything's a little bit up in the air. It really depends on, oh, there's so many more minifigs to come. Really depends on how quickly the channel grows, and what sponsorships and brand deals and stuff we can get lined up. We are pretty much tapped out financially at the moment, which is not necessarily a reason to panic. As creators, this happens quite regularly, certainly at this time of year. Our income has traditionally been pretty seasonal, and summer has always been the time when we've had the least amount of money. So we can't really commit to anything else. Now we've got some time kind of earmarked in September for a trip of some kind, whether it ends up being a trip, like a road trip to go to Billund, to do Legoland and get Anna to the Lego house, or whether it becomes a day trip to go to Legoland Germany so I can go to the big fabric shop there, or whether it becomes another trip to Disneyland, or a holiday, or a cruise. A lot of it depends on how the channels are doing, how busy we are, and what brands are interested in doing stuff. Like, one of the reasons the Billund trip was able to happen the way it did is because we found a sponsor for it, who were, I mean, we had that perfect tie-in with Brick Prize Draws, who wanted to do something from Billund to launch their competition. So we've managed to get the trip sponsored, so I got to effectively go to Billund for free, which was great. So if something like that comes up, I'll never say never. I had a really interesting email, which I can't tell you about now because it's very early stages, but Topher remind me and I'll tell you about it in Slack. But a really interesting email for something Football Manager related. So there could be something cool coming up there that would involve some travel. But yeah, we'll see is the answer to that. This is always the time of year where something bonkers drops into my lap as well. Certainly for the last couple of years. 2 years ago it was my world record. We ended up, that started coming together about now and ended up turning into something awesome later in the year. And then around this time last year was when I got contacted by FIFA to do the FIFA E World Cup, which ended up being an incredible week in Liverpool that was bonkers. So I'm kind of expecting something bonkers to just appear over the next couple of weeks that adds some structure to the next quarter of the year while we wait for Football Manager. Because I mean we're more than halfway through the wait now for that. That'll be out in like October, November time. It's nearly May. We've waited since last October, November. So we're into the final few months of that wait. So yeah, we just need something to tide us over until then. I found another YouTuber that the lights. I found off another YouTuber that the lights YouTubers use makes their skin look more shiny. Yeah, I mean, I've got lights pointing directly at my head. It's a reflection. Will it be me or Anna who builds the Beauty and the Beast castle? Anna. What do I think of Carlo Ancelotti leaving Real Madrid and going to the Brazilian national team? I didn't know that was happening, and I'm not really interested, to be honest. I'm not that fussed about what Carlo Ancelotti's up to, or what Real Madrid or Brazil are up to. I wouldn't necessarily call myself a football fan. I'm very specific in the football that I'm interested in. Unless it's posh Arsenal or England, I tend not to pay attention to what's going on. Where is Anna? Anna is downstairs having a little sleepy sleep because we only got back from France about 5 o'clock today and she needed a rest because it has been a long few days. Whereas I am a relentless content machine who doesn't understand what rest means. And if I hadn't have just turned the stream on, I would have sat here doing this anyway. I'd have found videos to make. I'd have sat there making Football Manager videos. I'd have done something. I can't just sit around doing nothing. It does my head in. So this is my best way to relax after a busy few days. Anna's taking a nap because she's normal. Thinking of May, what are you thinking of getting Anna for the big birthday? I have no idea. It was supposed to be the cruise that got cancelled. I don't know, do I get her? Her birthday's not far away now. I keep asking her. I've given up dropping hints. I'm directly asking her what she wants. And she's like, I don't know. I was going to get her a massive telly because she keeps talking about wanting a massive telly. And I said, do you want me to just get you the telly that you want? No. I took her into the Pandora shop in Disney yesterday and said, right, what do you want? I'll get you anything from in here. I don't really want it. I don't really wear jewellery anymore. Okay. So I don't know. I said, do you want a Switch too? No. So I might just get her an IOU for a cruise. But yeah, she is problematic when it comes to gifts because she doesn't really want anything. She's a rascal like that. Is that not on right? Oh, I've done this the wrong way around. What a handsome silly goose I am. Is that the right way around now? Yeah, there you go. We've got beautiful angles again. Would you ever do a Lego stream birthday party for one or both of your birthdays? I think we did that for both of our birthdays last year. Certainly for mine we did. So yes, definitely. We also did the same thing for Christmas. We streamed over Easter. Yeah, we stream. That's what we do. I've always got a camera on the go. I spend most of my waking hours with a camera pointing at me from some angle or another. It's how I'm most comfortable. I can't find the piece that I need. Where is the piece that I need? Am I losing my mind? I need the opposite of that. Oh, it's there. There we go. I was losing my mind. Let me say something here. Not mano to mano, whatever it is. If she looks like she wants it, buy it. Don't ask her because she'll say, I don't know, we all do that, just buy it. Yeah, but I've been down that road with Anna before. Anna is a unique specimen. If she wants it, she'll say she wants it. And I've assumed she was a normal female in the past and done exactly what you've just described. And then she's not wanted it. Like, forever she wanted a Tiffany necklace, so I got her a Tiffany necklace and she wears it, but I've often tried to get her something else and she just it would be a waste. I got her a Swarovski bracelet for Christmas because every time we go anywhere near there she looks at how sparkly it is. She said she's wanted one forever. I got her it. She's never worn it. She genuinely means, if she says no, she genuinely means no, she doesn't want it. And I think if I got her the TV, she'd be disappointed because I think she probably rightly knows that we'll get a TV anyway. At some point we'll need to get a new TV, and at that point she'll get the big dream one that she wants, and she won't have wasted a present on it. So I get it. I wouldn't want a piece of household equipment for a birthday present, but she doesn't want any Lego sets. I don't know. We'll figure something out. I was at my mum's cousin's in Florida and a crocodile just casually walked into her garden. Nice. That sounds terrifying. Remind me never to go to Florida. I don't need crocodiles just turning up. Oh, hold on, where do you go? You go there. Okay. Where's this piece? Here it is. What a song. that right? Yeah. We're building, I think we're doing a whole extra building now. I think this is done and this building will connect into the side of it. I could probably have ascertained that. Yeah, we're building the bit that looks more castle-y now that has a drawbridge. And then I guess the two of them just join together when we're done. So I think we're done with this side now. What about a voucher towards Lego or gaming? Maybe. I don't really want to put a monetary value on a present though. I'll come up with something. I'll probably just do just book the cruise for next year and say, there you go. I know we were supposed to be on it, but there you go, it's booked again. And take a little bit of a gamble that Football Manager doesn't cancel again. It's just a bit risky to rebook it. It's probably enough just to say, look, here you go. Here's an IOU for the cruise. As soon as Football Manager is out, we know it's definitely happening. We will go, or we will book it, and we'll go next year, and you can have your dream cruise. So I'll probably end up doing that. That's probably the most sensible thing to do, because I know that's what she really, really wants most of all. What's the next big project you want to do with custom mocks? I don't know. I'm probably going to be more focused on building all of the sets that I've got for the time being and getting the city up and running. I'm still waiting for a wood delivery to arrive for the city so that we can do all the stuff I talked about in that video the other day. And then I've got loads of stuff to build. I mean, I've still got the sit complex that I need to do. I've got the next modular is sat there ready to build. I've got the metro station that I've had sat there for a while ready to build. I've got the modification to the Lilo and Stitch house that I need to do, that I've got the parts for. And then I've just got a load of sets down there to build. And like getting all of the trains and the roads and the walls and all the stuff sorted for the city. So I don't know that there's going to be another thing like Block Party HQ in the near future. Quite apart from anything else, we're not currently at the Patreon level. That means I have to do more. So the custom modulars are a Patreon reward. So we hit the target for doing the first one. For it to become a thing that we do more than one of, we need to hit the next level up on Patreon and remain there consistently to actually finance it, because doing those custom buildings is expensive. So we need to be consistently at that next level on Patreon before we do that on a regular basis. So it might be a little while before we do another thing along the lines of the Block Party HQ. We've still got to finish that as well. We've not done the interior of that. So even that is still going to need a bit more work. I mean, some of these connections are bananas. So that's going on there. I don't even know how this is connecting together. The build techniques in this set are blowing my mind. It's so clever. My brother travels the world with his job as a sound person with music. Nice. Travel is certainly fun. I do like a little bit of travel here and there. Oh, that is so clever, the way that corner goes in. I mean, look at that. There is no way that shape for those buildings should be possible to do in Lego. The angles, the corners, the joins. It's just such a clever set. If you want to learn like advanced build techniques, this is the set to go and get, just to learn some of these advanced build techniques. Just follow it as a tutorial of how to do really, really cool and clever stuff with Lego. What a good set. How broken am I after the drive to Disney? Weirdly, less broken than I was the night before I went. I think all of the walking that I've done at Disney has more than counteracted the being squashed up in the car and doing the drive, because I never drove for more than 90 minutes without a break. Some of the service stations I walked around, I was doubled over like a goblin when I first got there, but I'd walk around until it loosened off. And yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now than I was even a few days ago. I think the new chair I got for my office has been a complete game changer. That's made a huge difference. My back immediately started to feel better after that. We're getting a new mattress delivered on Tuesday, so that'll be a big help. Sleeping in a bed that has a proper mattress that hasn't been ruined by a fat man. That's been a big difference maker over the last few days. I think that's really helped. Like I bought a new tens machine because my one was a bit broken, and I haven't taken it out of the box yet. I took it with me, but I've not taken it out of the box, so I've not needed to use a tens machine in 3 days. Whereas the last time we streamed on Monday, I was struggling sitting there for as long as I was. Like, I don't think I'm going to push it too hard tonight. Don't expect this to be a full 3-hour stream. Quite apart from anything else, I need to be up early to go to the Peterborough Brick Festival. So I imagine we'll be done before 9 o'clock. But yeah, I'm feeling like I'm on the mend, which hopefully means I can really focus in on content again over the next month. I've got no more travel now, so I am just here in the house for at least a month until London Comic Con right at the end of May. So I'll be able to focus on the city, focus on the Football Manager content, get back to streaming, and just, yeah, hopefully not have my back ruin me and cause me to basically lose 2 weeks of useful time, which is what it's done. Is this a new castle? It's the Lion Knight's castle, so it's all part of the same thing. He worked at the World Cup in Qatar, putting the speaker system in the opening ceremony, and was put up at the Hilton Doha. Nice, very nice. Let's pop you on there as well. Beautiful, really beautiful music. Well done, Kevin. Is that right? No, I've ballsed something up somewhere. Yeah, everything I just did was wrong. Did anything happen with that bad Lego event I went to a while back? I mean, they closed their website and left the country. We all got refunds, and they're never going to try and do anything in England again, I don't think. They're still doing events in America. I guess either they're better there, or the Americans have got a higher tolerance for absolute bobbins than we have. But yeah, we successfully scared them off back whence they came. Hurrah! Makes you proud to be British. Is that right? Yeah, I think. It all looks good. Any aspirations to go to Brick World Chicago? I mean, I would love to. It's a big ask financially. We've never been to America, and I don't think our first trip is likely to be going to a Lego convention. As much as we love Lego, I think if we were to go to the US as fully paid up Disney adults, we'd obviously want to do Florida, and we'd quite like to go to like New York. I've always wanted to go to New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, so I think yes, I would like to go, but I can't see it happening in the near future. Not to say it will never happen, but I think it goes into a similar category towards will me and Anna ever get married. It's, yeah, if it was free, obviously we'd do that. But it's actually very expensive. So let's look at how expensive it actually is. Okay, X amount of thousands of pounds. Is there something we'd rather spend that money on? And I think Brick World Chicago will, for a while at least, be in that category of it would be lovely to do if money was no object, but realistically, for the two of us to fly to the States, stay there a week, go to the convention, I mean, we'd need to hire a car. I don't see how we do that trip for less than 5 or 6 grand. Because we'd both need to go. I wouldn't go without Anna. And I think I can't imagine. I struggle to imagine any version of the future where I'd spend 5 or 6 grand on a trip to a Lego convention. As much as I love Lego and as much as I would love to go, there's just always going to be something we'd rather spend the money on, I think. We'll see, I guess. Maybe it will become apparent that it's possible to do much cheaper than that. I suspect not. I mean, obviously, if Lego want to get us in the ambassador program and want to give us other reasons to be there, then it starts to change a few things. I mean, I'm not against travelling for a convention. I've been to Amsterdam for TwitchCon. I've been to Paris for TwitchCon. I've lost that piece. That's long gone. I'll find that after the stream. Have I got another one? Yeah. We have. Where was that supposed to go? There. Oh, stop rolling away, you little turd. But yeah, I would love to go, and I'll be very jealous of the people who are there later in the year, but I don't think it's on the agenda for us anytime soon. America is amazing. I mean, we're not going to get into politics, but everything I've just said also add in there. It's probably not the time to go to America anyway, is it? This probably isn't the year. Maybe in like 3.5 years' time, it might be something we would be more likely to want to do. That was not an invitation for anybody to discuss politics. Steal the kids and go to Gretna Green for her birthday. I mean, she's always said she wants a dress though, so I'd have to get her. I can't buy her the dress. I wouldn't be, that wouldn't be something we could do in secret. I'd have to tell her that's what we're doing, and then sort her out with dress money, because she wouldn't do it without the dress. I think for Anna, far more important than actually being married is the opportunity to wear the dress and be a princess for the day. That's what she wants more than the actual wedding. So probably just buying her a wedding dress would be the best present I could give her, even if it didn't lead to a wedding. She just wants the dress. What was my first Lego set ever? I don't know. I don't really have that kind of specific memory. I was always surrounded by a lot of Lego as a kid. I don't necessarily remember specific sets off the top of my head. I definitely had sets because I remember following instructions, and I distinctly remember applying stickers that went across more than one piece. So I definitely must have had sets because I followed instructions to put them together, but I don't remember. I mean, I think I had an airport. I think I had a petrol station. I think I had a castle, but I couldn't tell you anything more than that. My memory doesn't really, like, I can't quote film. I can't do movie quotes. Like, I don't have really specific memories of things. I have vague memories of things. Is the way my memory seems to work. Like, I couldn't tell you the first football match I went to. I couldn't tell you the first goal I saw scored. I couldn't tell you the first movie I saw. Would you ever go and live on a cruise? No, probably not, because I wouldn't be able to work, and we need work. Random question, but do you get paid in dollars from social media platforms? Yes, which is a problem at the moment with the dollar behaving the way it has. We were talking about that earlier in the stream. Got my first Speed Champions. I got the Ferrari F1 car. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You can tell I used to be a teacher. I'm still drinking the coffee I made at 6:30. Anime and Anime. I bought her out of her catalogue. There's a whole video on our vlog channel where I explain that in more detail. But yeah, the quick version is I picked her out of the catalogue. Look at that base. Such a clever set. Right, I think I'm going to do one more bag. I don't think this is going to be a long stream tonight. I think one more bag. And then I should probably have an early night. Because I've got early alarms both days this weekend. After 3 very busy days and early alarms, it won't do me any harm to go and make my Horlicks and go and sit in bed. Wake Anna up and tell her it's bedtime, which I do quite regularly, and she will just wake up and then come and sleep in bed. Her medication is magical. So yeah, I streamed without you, don't worry. Because she was saying she would come and stream. She fully intended to. And then I made those couple of TikToks that we put out early this evening. Came up with it for half an hour to make those TikToks. Went downstairs and she was absolutely fast asleep on the sofa. So she has been passed out since 6 o'clock. She's not had any dinner. I should probably tell her to have some dinner. We did have, we went to Lyon on the drive home, so we have had food. But I don't know how long her pickled cucumbers will last her. Is that right? That seems right. I think that's right. Did we go on any rides at Disneyland? Yeah, we went on a few. Nothing too strenuous because of how my back is and obviously how Anna's back consistently is. Although it's never stopped her going on the big rides before. It's definitely me being a coward this time. She was like, shall we go on Tower of Terror? And I'm like, no, we shall not go on Tower of Terror because I feel like it would snap my spine. So no, we just went on the tamer rides. So we did It's a Small World, we did Pirates of the Caribbean, the Phantom Manor, the Spider-Man one in studios, probably some more. What other tame little rides are there that we might have gone on? Nothing too strenuous. We were only in the park. We got to the park probably about 11 o'clock yesterday and we're back in the hotel by 7 p.m. We were so tired after the day before. We didn't stay for the fireworks. We had dinner there. But yeah, it was a trip that was about going to the Lego store, less than about going to the parks. I mean, we enjoyed having some time in the parks. I certainly wouldn't recommend that short a trip for someone who's never been there before. But we've been quite a few times now. We know what we like. We know what we're not that bothered about. We had a really good time. It was a good day. Have you ever considered going to Europa Park? What is Europa Park? If it's a more traditional theme park style place, bear in mind, like we don't like Thorpe Park as an example because it's all about the rides and we're certainly not roller coaster people. We don't go to theme parks to get vigorously jiggled. We are very much, I would have a lovely day at Disneyland if all I did was walk up and down Main Street, mooch in a few shops, look at some merch, listen to the music, watch a parade. I could happily go there for a week, not go on a ride and have a great time. So that's what I'm looking for from a theme park, which Disney can definitely offer, but most other places can't offer that experience because they're not Disney. It's a theme park in Germany, incredibly well themed. I mean, I'd never say never. Is it by any chance close to Legoland in Germany? Because I've never been to Germany, but certainly it is getting close to the top of my to-do list, specifically for a trip to Legoland. So if there's somewhere else cool near to Legoland and we can maybe do a vlog video from this theme park as part of the same trip. I always like to double bubble a trip. It's much easier to convince my accountant that these are business expenses if I say, well, I only need to allocate half of it to each channel because we made content for 2 channels. So I didn't spend £700 on a block party video this week. I spent £300 on a block party video and £300. In fact, I made 2 vlog channel videos. So you could argue you split the cost of the trip 3 ways. So actually I spent about £250 on travel for the Lego channel. Then we bought the Lego as well, which was another 200-ish pounds. And then I spent £500 on travel for the vlog channel. So I do like to split the cost where I can, because it's good for the old accounts come the end of the year. Whoa! Which is certainly always something to be considering. What's the most you've ever spent on Lego at once? Probably one of the Bricklink Designer Programme hauls. Does that count? I think one of them came to just short of £1,000. So that's probably the biggest single transaction on Lego would be for a full set of Bricklink Designer Programme stuff. In person at the Lego store, I think our biggest single spend would have been the day that the Dungeons and Dragons and Batman Skyline sets both came out, because they were both expensive. That was probably like £600 that day in one go, which is probably the biggest single in-person spend we've done. But yeah, those Bricklink Designer Programmes get expensive fast if you're not careful, and I am not. One day I'll learn to be careful. Today is not that day. But yeah, definitely a trip to Germany is in our future. So if we can tick off a couple of theme parks doing it, we'd like to go to the one in the Netherlands as well that I can't remember the name of. That's supposed to be really good. Someone will tell me what that park is called. That's been on our to-do list since the daily vlog days, because we were supposed to go there just before COVID happened. We were supposed to go there. We actually had the trip lined up for the summer of 2020, and then obviously we couldn't go because the whole world shut down, and by the time the world opened back up again, we weren't vloggers anymore. We'd stopped the vlog during COVID and it never really came back. So the opportunity to go on a nice free holiday disappeared, slipped through our fingers, and we've never got back round to that, but it looked really cool. We'd like to go there. Efteling, yes. Yeah, we really want to go there at some point. So if we could do that on the way to Germany, hook up with the couple of theme parks that are in Germany, do Legoland as part of the trip as well, make it into an awesome travelling around Europe doing cool things for a few weeks kind of trip, that would be great. You in the right place, you little rascal? There we go. You go on there. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. And then there we go. Got a little bridge situation forming at the back there, it seems. Will you make a Disneyland mock in the city? Probably not, because the majority of the Disney sets won't be in the city. They're Anna's sets. So without a Disney castle, probably not. That being said, if the opportunity ever presents itself for me to get the Disneyland train and station, then all bets are off. We'd find a way to incorporate that, because I really want that set. It looks so cool. but it's quite expensive these days. So we're not going to be getting it anytime soon. But that is a set I definitely would like to incorporate somehow. Wasn't here for the start of the stream. Did I start this at the stream? No. I've been doing it mostly off camera. I did do a little bit on the last stream on Monday as well. But yeah, it's mainly been a set I've just been doing off camera. But I might, the problem with it is it's too big for me to do when Anna's here with me. And Anna will be back on Monday, so I imagine this will be the last you see of it being built. And then it will just magically appear in the city when it's finished in a week or two. Or maybe sooner. I mean, I am very busy over the next week or so. I'm always very busy, but I've got a lot of catching up to do on all the work I've missed while I've been crying about my back. So I don't know exactly when I'm going to get this finished. But yeah, probably not going to build any more of it on stream. Because table space. It's more intense if you take... I'm not going to take drugs. I don't even drink alcohol. I'm certainly not going to do any rascal activities. I don't like having my brain altered. I have plenty of fun without needing chemical help to have my fun. It's one of the great things about my brain. No assistance required. I've got so many little connections that are going over the water in this set. What a lovely set. You know I love a lovely set, and this is shaping up to be a lovely set. All right, what are we doing here? Another little jobby there. What's my favourite Lego set? I imagine by the time I'm done it'll be this one. This is incredible. Just in terms of a build experience, this is genuinely incredible. Previously, I mean, it changes so often. Maybe the Avengers Tower, maybe Tudor Corner, maybe the Batman City Skyline. But yeah, this set is pretty incredible. Just some of the ridiculous techniques. It's very clever. And I had a similar great time with Eldorado Fortress, with the Pirates of Barracuda Bay. I need them to really do these nostalgia sets more and more, because they do them with such love and such creativity. More of this kind of thing, please, Lego. Please and thank you. That's very nicely there. So you should accommodate me. How's my back doing? My back's okay. Yeah, my back's doing okay. I'm just starting to feel a bit tired now. I've been up a long time. I am going to probably go to bed after this bag. And just make sure I've got to make sure my stuff is charging, but then make sure I'm up and ready to go in the morning for Peterborough Brick Festival. Because everyone knows Peterborough is basically the UK's capital of Lego. What a town Peterborough is. We love Peterborough. All this talk of fun places like Disneyland and Efteling and all these other places. If you've not been to Peterborough, you've not lived. That's my recommendation to all of you. What's my most anticipated film of the year? I don't think I could tell you a film that's coming out this year. I'm very much not a movie guy. Have I seen the new Sherlock Holmes Book Nook? What do I think of it? I think it looks quite cool. I think all of the book nooks, there's quite a few coming out, isn't there? There's a Harry Potter one, there's a Lord of the Rings one. I think it's quite a cool thing. The Harry Potter one in particular, I think is going to be really cool as a reference for helping me with my underground train in the city. Because it just looks like it's the perfect kind of shape and size to use as the basis for an underground station. And hopefully some genius will see that and do a proper rebrickable of it so I don't have to do all the thinking. But if I have to do the thinking, then goodness me, I will engage my brain and do some thinking. But yeah, I think the book nooks are good. Certainly the kind of sets Anna will be all over. That Sherlock Holmes one, Anna will definitely get. What do I think of Alton Towers? It's fine. Again, we're not big ride people. So I don't go to Alton Towers and ride a load of roller coasters. So to a lot of people, it's probably seen as a waste of a day. But I just enjoy the atmosphere of theme parks in general. So I do enjoy a trip to Alton Towers. The thing with Alton Towers is, location-wise, it's absolutely rotten. My favourite UK theme park has always been Legoland. We love Legoland. Even before we were full-on Lego nerds, we've gone to Legoland every year since my kids were tiny. And I've always spent a long time in the big shop and in Miniland. Do I live near Peterborough? Not anymore. I'm from Peterborough originally. The mighty elk shield. There be forest folk nearby. There's my elk shield. I mean, I say I'm not near. I'm still pretty near. If there's any Americans watching, yes, I live near. In terms of what an American would consider near. I'm less than an hour away. But yeah, I don't have a PE postcode anymore, like I did for many years. Not fancy the Bolton game while I'm over. Not really. I've seen enough posh this season. I'll probably get home in time to watch it on the telly while I'm editing the video. That is a good point though, because I'm supposed to be dropping Easter eggs off with my eldest daughter, who lives right in the city centre. So if I don't get there early enough, I am not going to get parked anywhere near her flat, because it'll be full of football folk. So I might have to tell her to meet me at the Lego convention. And boys and girls, there we go. So, let me just pop a bookmark in here. We are going to wrap the stream up there because I am a tired bear after a lot of driving today. But this is the bit that we completed in this first part of the stream. I didn't build it all tonight, but we did a couple of bags to finish off this side of the build. And now we've started over on this side, which you can see we are starting the layout for the big castle-y looking bit of the castle, and then the two of them will link together. I don't know for sure if you'll see any more of the build process of this one. We shall see. But for now, I need to go and have a little sleepy sleep. I'll wake Anna up and tell her it's bedtime. I know it's been a short one. We've only done a little 90-minute one, but I have to stream. I like a stream. Keep an eye out for some cool videos over the next few days. And we'll see you for a proper stream on Monday night, where I think Anna will be starting the Beauty and the Beast castle, because that's it's all part of the paying for the Disney trip plan. So you should see that on Monday. Does that go together like that? I don't even know how this is going to attach together. I'm sure all will become clear. Thanks for watching, folks. Toodle pip. Bye.